Hi class, my name is Miranda and I decided to do my presentation on Rusko Impersko Dizhvinya, which is the Russian Imperial Movement, RIM. It was established in 2002 by Stanislav Anatolovich Vorobiev in St. Petersburg, Russia, with the goal of advancing far-right ultranationalist ideologies. The organization harbors Russian nationalisms, fosters anti-Western views, and seeks a reinstatement of the monarchy system in Russia. Throughout its history, RIM has been associated with activities that support white supremacy, anti-government sentiments, and expansionist ambitions. Objectives and motivations. White supremacy. RIM has transformed from a relatively unknown group into a significant presence in the worldwide white supremacist movement. The organization advocates for white racial superiority and rejects multiculturalism, aiming to reinstate a Tsarist regime in Russia. RIM endeavors to enhance its influence within a far-right sphere by forging connections with white supremacist groups in Europe and the United States, purportedly to safeguard Western civilization. Anti-Western sentiments. The Russian imperial movement holds anti-Western sentiments due to perceived threats to Russian values, cultures, and sovereignty from Western nations. The group opposes the current Russian government and its policies, aiming for a more authoritarian and nationalist regime. RIM groups tolerance, democracy, feminism, and gay rights under an umbrella of Western liberalism, and they claim this is fundamentally at odds with true Russians. These sentiments are fueled by historical grievances, nationalist beliefs, and opposition to Western influence on Russian affairs. Expansionism. The organization invites individuals to enlist in the Legion, portraying it as the most orthodox and enigmatic brotherhood. The Russian imperial movement advocates for expanding influence and power in areas with sizable Russian populations like Ukraine and other former Soviet nations. RIM pushes for expansion is fueled by a desire to uphold nationalism and establish a sphere of influence, possibly through political, economic, and military strategies. Some significant actions. In November and December of 2022, 6 explosive packages were delivered to the Spanish Prime Minister's residence, the American and Ukrainian Embassy in Spain, and the Spanish Ministry of Defense. 1 individual sustained injuries, and there were no fatalities. Spanish and American authorities attribute the attack to RIM, with the U.S. State Department officials alleging that Russia's intelligence services orchestrated the assault. Spanish authorities detained 1 suspect and are conducting an ongoing investigation into the incident. RIM has been known to have involvement in the Ukraine conflict. They've been known to support separatist movements in Ukraine, particularly in regions like eastern Ukraine and Crimea. They are going after high targets in Europe, and these extremists are going after governments that are funding and arming the Ukraine. The The group's involvement in the conflict has fueled tension and violence in the region, contributing to ongoing instability and humanitarian crises in Ukraine. According to its leader, the organization is more political and does not deal with intelligence and terror. RIM is aiming to increase Russian influence in the area and promote a pro-Russian agenda. Attached is a small video that talks about the Spain letter bombing with the involvement of the Ukraine conflict. You can click on that if you care to watch that. Listed are references below. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for your time.